Welcome to the Home Organizing for Beginners podcast. If you're looking for the same old, and how to get organized and stay organized, this is not the podcast for you. But if you're looking to actually make it happen by doing something different than what you've done before or what society has told you, you are definitely in the right place. In this podcast, you get tangible and simple instructions about home organizing, cleaning, and time management because they all really do go hand in hand, right? Instructions that keep you, your family, and your current season of life at the core so that you can finally feel like you have it all under control. I'm Tammy, and in today's episode, I'm going to go off script a little bit. I'll talk about junk drawers and what the steps are to get them clean and organized, but I want to touch on something that's just really super important. And this message is for the mom who is a perfectionist. This message is for the mom who never feels like she's a good mom or a good wife or she does a good enough job managing all of the things in her household. This is for the mom who loses papers, who has late bills and things like that. So this message is for you, busy mom, and I want you to know and understand that you are not alone in all of these things. It was not that long ago where I really would just beat myself up, and it took many years of work to get past that, but it affected how I managed my home. It affected how I parented. I felt like I was not a good mom. So then, really, truly, I wasn't a good mom, right? I yelled a lot and I just did all of these things because I was so afraid of being a bad mom. I was so afraid of being a bad wife or not good enough that my focus was so much on everything I was doing wrong as opposed to what could be and what could be better. My house was a mess, but I was so afraid that my husband was judging me. I looked to places like I'll just say Facebook. I wasn't really on Instagram, but I think Instagram is even worse. I was just on social media and I was looking at these pictures and I was doing the comparison thing. And it was just, honestly, it was just a really, really hard time in my life. And it wasn't for, 6 months. It was for years and years and years. And I just don't want other moms to have that same experience. And so that's what I'm here for. I want to help you through the challenges that you're going through. I have been there. I have worked through them. I haven't worked through them alone, but I thought I needed to. I really did. I thought that if anybody knew how bad I was struggling internally, that they wouldn't like me. My husband would leave me. I mean, just the fear was ridiculous. So yeah, I was going to talk about junk drawers, but I think I'm going to forego that entirely. And instead, we're going to talk about reaching out, asking for help, taking help, and sometimes, most of the time, it's much easier to ask for help from a stranger. I would purchase online courses about parenting. I would purchase books and truly, I devoured hundreds of books in the span of 10 years that really changed things in my life and the way that I saw not only myself, but my relationships with my kids and with my husband. You guys, this does have to do with home organizing. Trust me. We're a few weeks into the new year right now, and I can only imagine that you are feeling a little bit like a failure. You are feeling like I needed to do this every single week. I needed to organize my bedroom. I needed to organize my bathroom. I needed to get everything organized in the house. I needed to stay on track, and I've already fallen off. I know you know this, but it's extremely common to fall off of our New Year's resolutions before the end of January. So I have a recommendation, I have a suggestion, and it's not about me. This really truly is about you and what is right for you, your family, and in the season of life that you're in right now. But if you are a perfectionist, if you are not wanting to ask for help, this, if you are like this friend of mine who from the outside looking at her, it's like there's never anything wrong. She does everything right. But I know better. She's afraid to admit it. She's a perfectionist to the core, just like me and just like you. And I was put off for a long time until I realized and I saw her doing everything perfectly. And I saw her apologizing if she didn't do something perfectly or if she misstepped on something. And I know she's struggling, and I know she's struggling deep down. And I think you may be struggling too, especially if you're still listening at this point in time. So for me, I did do a lot of online courses. I did a lot of reading, like I said, and I want to help you overcome feeling like a failure inside your own home. I think you want to find true peace and joy within the context of your home. And there really, truly is, I would say there's one way to do that, but there's a few different approaches. And first of all, if you are not even able to get started, I do have an online course. It's called Organizing Foundations, Home Organizing for Beginners. This is where we take the foundational elements of home organizing that every single professional organizer teaches, and we go through these things in this go at your own pace online course. Once you are done with that, and maybe you kind of have the basics down and you're good to go, I have a program. It's a little bit of a mentorship. I do have a name for it that is escaping me right now. I had to actually pause and go look up the name. My brain is just so focused on you right now. The name of the program is Home Organizing Next Level. There's probably a better name for it, but here's the scoop. We're going to dive deep, and this is basically a monthly membership. You can pay for a year, you can pay a premier membership and get some one-on-one coaching from me, but you guys, it's $10 a month. We're rolling it out. I've rolled it out starting January 7th, but all of the data, all of the information, everything is there. You have a private podcast you can listen to while you're driving. You can watch videos. We have live Q&A, and it is only $10 a month. We're going to take that foundation of home organizing and we are going to build on top of it. Okay, we're going to dig into what we value, what we find most important. This determines our yeses and our nos. It makes it easier to say no to good things in lieu of great things. We talk about what your vision is for your home. How do you get to that peaceful home that you really, truly desire? We talk about the tools for the trade, leaning into your natural tendencies. So often we're told if you just get rid of all your stuff, if you just paint everything white, and I am being a little facetious, but if minimalism is the direction you want to go, that is wonderful. You need help figuring out what is right for you, your family, and in your current season of life. And that is where I come in. I guide you through asking the questions and answering the questions. There are a few more modules. You learn how to get your family on board with keeping a clean and organized home. And finally, you have a way to sustain it. You put measures in place so that when life takes you off track and things become a mess, it's easy to get them back on track and it's easy to get everybody back on board. Okay, so this is all just from my heart. I had no script. I don't know what I'm going to title this thing. But you guys, ladies, I just want you to know that you are not alone. Perfectionism is driven into us deep from a young age. It's cultural, and it's okay. It is okay. And we can make some changes so that you can finally feel like you have things under control and you can find that true peace and joy in your home that you desire. So that's what I have for you today. I hope this episode helps you work towards the peaceful home that you want. And I pray that you feel seen, heard, cared for, and loved. I will see you back here next week.